Greetings, fellow searchers. I'm Rick Denny, and this is my final project summary presentation on Business Source Complete. My target audience were you, San Jose State MLIS students in Info 244 who might need or want basic familiarity with Business Source Complete to help them find business information. My role, I designed and created the Business Source Complete tutorial to introduce my peers in Info 244 to Business Source Complete. There were three primary learning objectives. One, the ability to access Business Source Complete via the San Jose State King Library. Two, gaining a basic familiarity with Business Source Complete search tools. And three, accessing Business Source Complete in EBSCO documentation and help resources. So on the implementation side, um, teaching students about almost any amount of complex material to any degree of mastery within 5 minutes seems pretty challenging to me. And I think one reasonable response that some of my classmates took was to sharply curtail the breadth of topics covered, such as focusing, and I could have done this by focusing solely on BSC's the source feature and exploding narrower search terms. When I thought of that approach, an approach that narrow, it didn't seem to suit my target audience and it didn't appeal that much to me. In terms of testing, I would follow up with a quiz or an exercise to get students using Business Source Complete because A, there's not that much they can learn in 5 minutes, and B, if they don't use what they've learned, it's unlikely they'll be able to hang on to it. So ideally, this would be a mixture of some more directed items and some more open-ended items. And I'd provide students with some feedback as Vicky modeled in Info 244. A lot of reflection, and I divided them into, said 2 slides left, more significant takeaways and less significant takeaways. So under the more significant takeaways, um, I learned a fair amount about EBSCO and Business Source Complete. When I started this, I didn't realize how much of Business Source Complete syntax and tools and whatnot was really the new EBSCO platform. One way I could tell that I was learning is when I iterated the same searches and I got different numbers of results, I began um, thinking of reasons to look for unexpected increases or decreases in results. Um, I knew creating a 5 minute video was going to be a challenge. Um, I tried and failed. I think I recorded the video for at least 7 times. Um, and along the way, I tried to reduce the scope of the video as much as possible. Um, for example, I dropped a lot of information about BSc content. In retrospect, I wish that maybe I'd been more like my classmates and really um, focused on narrowing the scope as early as possible. And one of the most important things is after missing the final project deadline, it's become abundantly clear to me that I need to work to improve my time management skills. especially managing larger projects. And I will think about ways to do this over winter break. Um, so there are also some less significant takeaways. One of these was I wish that I had started early enough and allocated enough time to create a live guide because I think um, it's a an interesting option. Um, when I considered this option, I missed the part where Vicky explained setting up an SJSU account to do this. On the other hand, I was somewhat afraid that if I did a live guide, I would never be able to complete it because I would just keep adding and adding and adding to it. Another less significant takeaway is, I mean, given that EBSCO says the retail value of of Business Source Complete is $810,000. I found some of the content less timely or relevant than I'd hoped. Um, so in one of my many passes through this, I incorporated a very detailed NVIDIA search example to highlight some limitations that I found. Surprise, 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 this only compounded the problems with the video's length. So I cut it out. And finally, as someone who thinks most easily in words rather than images, struggle to convey things visually, especially when the topic is textual, like online search. It's hard for me to think of graphics as more than window dressing in this process. In fact, the closest I came to thinking of compelling graphics, but maybe not compelling, for my presentation was when I was struck by the idea of, hey, I should use images from the Monopoly game. Um, Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.